an opening thought first, and then we'll do questions.
Hello, everyone. First is, I was remiss to answer a question earlier on Monday. Do I talk to James Franklin? I talk to him probably every other day, so I'm in communication with him. The second thing is, on Monday in my emotional press conference, I misstated. I made a mistake in portraying my hometown of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. I want to apologize for my misstatement. What I intended was that my dad, getting an education from Penn State in 1968, allowed for our family to have opportunities that people dream about, and that I'm just thankful for that. I love Aliquippa and my roots and where I'm from. The toughness and grit that you see me coaching with comes from Aliquippa. So I want to just apologize for anyone in the Aliquippa community that I offended by that. Questions?
Terry, going off the first part of that, what's your reaction to getting the opportunity at Virginia Tech? And I think you also took reporters down there that you were over at his house a couple days ago. What has it been like, I guess, watching him through this process?
Yeah, I'm really happy for him. You know, in this industry of coaching, you know, we all go through highs and lows. You know, at some point, if you're coaching, you're going to get fired at some point. And I'm just happy for him and his family to bounce back so soon.
Did you get a chance to watch any of the press conference?
I did not. I was doing quarterback club and some other press conferences today.
Terry, we spoke with 4 of your guys on Zoom yesterday. They all made a case for why you should be under consideration as head coach. I'm not asking you to make your case, but what does it mean to know the guys in the locker room are vouching for you for that job?
Yeah, you know, those guys play hard for me. We're one. We are a family. I take bullets for them. They take bullets for me. I'm proud of those guys, like I stated, you know, over these last 4 weeks. We're just staying present right now, right? This could be an added distraction. We're just trying to get ready for Nebraska. That's all that matters. We have to beat Nebraska at any cost.
Terry, we have a chance to talk to Alex today. What could you tell us about his development since he's gotten here? And can you take us through the story of what he did to his helmet at Ohio State?
Yeah, that's, you know, back in the day they used to call them bone crushers. When you hit so hard you break helmets. And you know, his development has been tremendous. He's going to be one terrific player here. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, he's smart. He's being tutored by one of the greatest of Penn State history, and Dan Connor. And he's going to be a great one for us.
Terry, we saw AJ was dressed on Saturday, but we didn't see him on the field. It looked like he was a full participant today. Was he healthy enough to go? Do you expect him to go this weekend?
Yeah, we expect him back. He was not healthy enough to go last weekend, but we've worked him back into practice. So, you know, hopefully nothing happens from now till then, but we expect him to play.
Hey, Terry. There's been a number of staff changes on the website, guys who aren't listed anymore. How does this change the way you guys approach the last couple weeks of the season, and what challenges does that present?
Yeah, we just got to restructure. You know, make sure that those job responsibilities are being taken care of. We have a great staff here. We have a lot of people that take great pride in you know, picking up the slack where things are void. This is no different than injuries on the field. It's the next person up. The job has to be done, so we'll adjust. We'll keep it moving. Our feet are on the ground, and we're prepared to go beat Nebraska.
So Terry, how are you balancing trying to get this team to be bowl eligible, plus bridging to the future so that the next, you know, damage control and bridging to the future so that the next head coach doesn't have extra work cut out for them?
Yeah. Again, that just goes back to being present. You know, today's practice is the most important thing. Win today. Now we go back in and we watch the film, make the corrections. watch a little bit more film on Nebraska, try to find some tendencies, some cheat codes, right, for Saturday, and then come back out here tomorrow and make sure we make less mistakes tomorrow. But it's just staying present. You know, everyone has. I gave a conversation to our team last week about individual agendas. We all have an agenda for our own families. To be successful in this business, all of our agendas have to align to the team. And right now, all of our guys are aligned to beating Nebraska, and that's all that matters.
Coach, going up against another new freshman quarterback in Nebraska, very efficient game against UCLA. What are kind of your keys on defense to try and stop them and get them off the rhythm?
Yeah, the key is to get them behind the sticks. You know, he's a newbie at quarterback, but they have a terrific run game just like ours. They're going to get behind that kid and run and try to get into third and short situations where they can still run the ball and not force the quarterback to throw. We have to try to get those guys in third and longs and third and extra long situations. If we can get them there where it's obvious pass situations, we feel like we have an advantage when our prowler package gets on the field and against their offense.
Do you feel like there's a similarity between your offense and theirs given the situation that you're both in?
Very similar.
You mentioned after the Indiana game that you're in the same position that your college coach, Joe Paterno, was. What is the biggest thing you learned from Coach Paterno as a player that you feel has helped you in this coach position?
You're never as good as you think, and you're never as bad as you think.
Terry, obviously in the past we've asked you about, staying on staff, what roles you would entertain. Have you considered the possibility of joining James Franklin at Virginia Tech?
Well, anything's a possibility. It goes back to when we brought out the if at Iowa, the word of infinite possibilities. Nothing matters about those possibilities except us playing this weekend. I love the game of football. I will be coaching the game of football on Saturday, and God forbid, God willing, next Saturday, and then after that, we'll let business take care of business. But all that matters is we have to beat Nebraska Saturday.
Hey, with Kaytron and Striker's rushing record, have you sensed any expectations of him this week?
Kaytron has been a consistent player throughout. He rushes within the team aspect. Clearly, him and Nick have shared the ball for their career. And he knows and understands that, if Nick is hot, we're going to continue to give Nick the ball. But, we want nothing more than to have one of those great days where he can break the record. But again, it's a team game, so we're going to feature him and Nick. And those guys, our goal, I don't make any secrets about it. They're going to touch the ball 30-plus times. Hopefully we have success behind it.
Terry, has it gotten easier to focus on football over the last couple of weeks? Obviously, we talked a lot about the emotional turmoil of James leaving, but then, it feels like you guys have kind of settled into a rhythm. This week feels different because of the news on the other end, but has that kind of allowed you to build your own rhythm and focus on just the football this week, or is it a challenge again, with all these news things and us asking you these questions?
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. We lost a number of staff members, and now we have to fill those voids, and I'm in charge of it. I have to take time to make sure those responsibilities are handled. We'll handle it and adjust to it.
As someone who's been heavily involved with recruiting during time at Penn State, with James now at Virginia Tech, what threat the success of Penn State as recruiting in particular in the DMV?
Well, the immediate threat is to take Penn State players, right? With the uncertainty of the next head coach, the locker room is the most important thing that we can do is protect the locker room. When it comes to recruits, high school recruits, he has an advantage right now because we don't have a permanent head coach.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.